We're good.
The comeback is greater than the setback. We are finally back. Unguided Punks, the summer sessions, which I just named when I was outside gardening. I am one of your hosts, Dom, here with my other two hosts, Cameron, who's munching on some popcorn like a bitch. And what are you playing?
Smash Bros.
Bro. And our tribal Frenchman, Rob.
How's it going, y'all?
We don't like the French right now.
We don't like the French. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I got some words as well.
Before we get to some business, let's go on some old business. How are we doing, fellas? It has been 6 months since we last recorded an episode, but it mostly has been almost a year since the last episode had aired on YouTube. Last episode was our Halloween episode.
Yeah, you guys are not seeing anything that came after that, by the way. Let's be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the footage is.
So this is not going to YouTube then.
I mean, this one will go.
This one will.
The previous episodes definitely not.
So yes, for an update, every episode that we filmed after Halloween of 2025 to January of 2026. When we first did the Zoom sessions, they are not going.
We have no clue where they are. We have
no clue where they are.
Lost.
Unfortunately, they are lost, which does suck to, of course, Boston Rob. Shout out Boston Rob. Shout out Mason, Brian, Philippe, Vic.
We had so many good episodes. It's such a shame.
We had such good times with Leon. I'm very upset that we can't get these episodes out, but they were lost.
I know we had a few of them uploaded to the drive. But
yeah, I know
I don't know who's in those episodes.
I know the Leon, Mason, and Nat one is uploaded to the drive, and I think that's the episode with Boston Rob too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So that can definitely go out at some
point. We could
point.
try and get those get whatever. We could try and get out whatever episodes that are on the drive out at some point. But as of right now, we are bringing Unguided Punks back for the summer. How is everybody's summer going? I mean, let's catch up and do a little bit of a catch up. I mean, I haven't, I do speak to you guys on a regular basis, but I feel like at the same time, I haven't really spoken to you guys in a hot minute, besides maybe Cam, because
I've been the most quiet.
Because I know Cam has been very recent, especially with his trip to Jamaica, which, how was that?
It was pretty good. I got a pretty nice tan from it. Like, everything that you can see is darker than usual, except like this part of my chest, because I was wearing a beater. So like my arms and everything got tanned, but like my chest didn't really get tanned. But either way, it was a great trip. Had a really good time. A nice
it was with the lady as well. So
with the lady, shout out of course Abby, which
Abby,
I saw her Instagram post that was, and I was crying hysterically from seeing your trip. It definitely seemed a lot of fun.
Yes.
You were telling us you were getting beat on the trip. Just kidding.
Always.
But
I can't say certain stuff. No.
But I'm actually very glad you did enjoy Jamaica. And I'm glad that both of you guys did go there. Rob, you're the one who I haven't really talked to in a while as well. How are you? Well, besides one time I called you in your job and I yelled, fuck Embiid, fuck the 76ers, fuck San Antonio. Would you like to tell that story, Rob?
I mean, that's this dude calls me when I'm at the register, and then I have to call him back because I'm so confused. Like, well, what's happening? Because I thought something bad happened. And as soon as I answer, he's like, "Oh, fuck Embiid, fuck this." I'm like, whoa, buddy, I'm taking my 15 right now. I can't get into this. I'm walking behind customers. They're hearing Dom. It was on loudspeaker, by the way. They're hearing him say that shit. I'm like, whoa, you're gonna get me in trouble. But here we are.
But I didn't get you in trouble, which is the good thing.
Didn't get me in trouble, thankfully. So you do it.
Maybe your crew is Knicks fan, so who knows? But no, how have you been though? Actually,
so my summer has been pretty straightforward. I'll be honest. I've been kind of setting up dates for photo shoots and possible film shoots as well. I want to get at least 2 films done over the course of the summer. My semester starts back late August, so I got time for that. But it's just I've been doing stuff. I've been trying to have fun.
Good. That's great that you are trying to get a lot of lot of filming done and trying to fit everything into your schedule because we're the same way. Iona, we go back in August, in late August too. Yes, we know who you're on the phone with, Cam. You
Yeah,
don't
we know, man.
you don't have to. Yeah,
We're
he's sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, they know who we're on." Yeah. But no, I'm actually very happy at least that you are trying to make time. Can you talk about any of these projects? Is there anything that you can really share, or do you want to just keep it like very close knit?
So for the photo shoots is more I want to experiment a bit because I bought a bunch of lights, I bought a bunch of sheets and everything just to like have fun with, understand photography more, understand or actually implement all of that into my cinematography. So it's more just fun stuff. But in terms of the films, it's something I wanted to do for like almost 2 years now. So now it's really I'm forcing myself to plan, do the pre-production stuff, and then slowly make my way up into producing it and then editing and sending it out on YouTube.
That you know what now, and I'm gonna say it right now, and you know how, and I'm not saying this as your friend and as your brother, but I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I'm just truly proud of you that you're doing this, and I'm also truly proud of Cam for everything that he's done as well. And I know you guys feel the same way about me, but I really definitely do think, what is he doing right now?
I wish people can see this because I think the way this is filming, it just shows who's
It
speaking.
just shows one of us talking.
Yeah, so it's so annoying. I wish you guys can see this.
But I mean, in my mind, I'm the same way. My summer's been very straight faced, just been working. Shout out, of course, to Chico and Sons, my job. I've shouted out so many times on this show before. So shout out to the job, of course. And we have been cleaning the garage, me and my dad recently. We don't even need to speak, man. We've just been catching up and everything. You don't even need to speak. We know exactly who you were on the phone with. Shout out, Absur.
Yes. She just came back from work, and the first thing I hear is, "I'm going to assault you." Just like that, straight up like that. And I'm like, what did I do? In what way? And she's like, not the good way. I'm like,
Okay.
so I'm not safe. I don't know when, but I'm not safe.
Yeah, I fucking can't. I fucking can't. Welcome back to Unguided Punks, ladies and gentlemen.
We're back, baby.
But no, we were just catching up on the Summers Cam, and I was just saying how both mine and Cam's and Rob Summer was very just chill, very calm. I've been working in the garage with my dad. I haven't really hung out recently. I went to go see Scary Movie though, which I'll mention this very quickly. The new Scary Movie.
Don't spoil. I haven't seen it yet.
I won't say anything, but that shit was fucking hilarious. I give props to the Wayans brothers. When you know it debuted with like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, you knew it was going to be like absolute cinema. And it really was. The jokes were hilarious. I think, everyone who came back just did a great job. Of course, Sean Wayans, who played Ray, just did such a hilarious job. And I went to go back to rewatch the first Scary Movie. And God, that film is just so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I really do. I know my friend's been wanting to tell me to go see Obsession. Rob, have you seen Obsession?
I would highly recommend it, and I haven't watched it yet.
I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he likes it, but he's saying like it's missing something. I kind of get that some idea in a way, but I don't want to spoil it too much. But
you can spoil it for me because I've seen it, but I don't.
Yeah, but still,
I don't want you to spoil it
for at home and whatnot. I just feel like it's a great film.
Because all my friends are telling me and I'm not, and you guys know me, I like horror, but like that type of supernatural type of thing is not really my type of vibe. So that's kind of why I've been very skeptical to go watch it. But I'm not gonna knock the movie or anything. I think I've heard so many great things of the movie. I hear it's
great. It's great.
One of the best films of the year. Who knows? I maybe eventually I'll go see it, but for me, of course, the next movie that is on my watch list to go and see is Spider-Man. I mean, I've been anticipating for Spider-Man Brand New Day for a while now, and we will be getting the trailer tomorrow, which I cannot wait to talk about next Tuesday when we do the pod. So
you're not waiting for Supergirl. I think it's next week, right?
I think I'm excited for Supergirl, but as an level of excitement, Spider-Man's probably like the next marquee thing for me. Like Supergirl is one of those movies where it's like I could wait for it to come to HBO Max. I love Superman. I know a lot of people like. My friend Pete, shout out Pete, who we had on in one of the last episodes of the winter sessions. He said like, oh, he's not too excited. He doesn't think, James Gunn's going to do a good job. I'm kind of opposite. I'm very, I'm optimistic. I want to see what James Gunn is doing, and judging from what he did with the second season of Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, Superman, I really love the flow of the DC universe he's going with. So I'm excited to see how Supergirl is. It just depends on, how real it really is. And then there's also Toy Story 5 that comes out at the end of the week, which I just remembered.
I forgot completely.
I'll take.
They should have not made Toy Story 5.
I feel like it should have been killed at 3.
Come here, give me a hug.
That's a virtual hug.
Virtual hug. I 100% agree. No, don't get me wrong. I actually did like Toy Story 4, but I 100%.
It's not bad, but it should have been killed at 3.
I 100% agree with the take that it should have been killed at 3. But anyways, we have done enough catching up. This past Saturday, June 14th, 2026, will go down in history. 53 years since 1973 and 16 years, maybe longer for you guys. Maybe
I got.
I already used majority of it. I need more.
I got it right here. You knew you'd think about
on him nonstop.
I got you right now.
16 years, maybe longer for you two, because you guys have probably been watching longer than I have, but 16 years of watching this team. The New York Knicks are the NBA champions after beating the San Antonio Spurs in a 4-1 series. I will say this is one of the best final series I have ever watched.
Oh, 100%.
Not even because New York is in it. I think athletically, it is one of the most dominant series. Granted, it didn't go out to, I'm not going to, didn't go out to
7 games. Oh,
it doesn't always need to be a 7-game series.
It doesn't. And I agree with that. And I think that, again, we saw one of the best series of the NBA played. Jalen Brunson finally proves himself, and he's already have proven himself, but proving to be that role model and leader. Karl Anthony Towns. And everyone who's doubted Karl Anthony Towns should say sorry to this man. And I've said that ever since he came to New York, I think Cat was just a great presence to have. While he was rocky at first, both, in his defense, he was starting, and even in his offense, he was definitely starting to improve as, his time had stayed.
Yes.
He deserves the props that he does, especially the tip off in game 4. The comeback, the tip-in, I said tip-off, the tip-in from game 4. I think that, Josh Hart and Mikal were just great guys to have. And then you have every other role player on your team, Jose Alvarado, Mitch Robinson, Deuce McBride, who's another guy I can really shout out here.
Tyler
Kolek, that bitch Jeremy Shokin, Jordan Clarkson, Ariel Hukporti. I really think that this team, it brought tears to my eyes. Like that, like Rob, the reason why I didn't answer your call was for 2 reasons. One, I was just tired as hell and I just wanted to go to sleep. But 2, I was just in shock. Like I was in just such, and I'm sorry I didn't give you a call back. That was my mistake.
No, because I called you because I was at the Brazil-Morocco watch party in Portchester, or in Rye, actually.
Yeah.
So I was surrounded by Brazilians, like mixed Brazilian fans, and I'm like, it was hype as hell. I just wanted to show you that.
Did they win the game? Actually, if you don't mind me.
No, it was 1-1.
They drew.
Okay, because I know the Canada
should have won.
Because I know Canada and Bosnia, because Bosnia was a team that unfortunately knocked Italy out, but we'll get to the World Cup later. They also did tie 1-1.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a take for you, Dom. Italy was not going to go far at all.
Oh, we knew that.
Unfortunately, I agree, but I would have just been nice for them to qualify the World Cup because this is the 3rd consecutive time they haven't qualified, especially after our last World Cup qualifier where we just had the most embarrassment. I can't even speak. Embarrassment shown to us. So I'm not saying they were going to get far. Of course, being Italian and being a fan of this team, I wish that they would go far, but it just hurts. There is, of course, Euro 2028 coming up. So hopefully we can try and make a statement there, especially since we won Euro 2020 and one of the just greatest moments of my life. I remember watching that live, and it's still one of my favorite sports moments of all time. But
so pissed.
well, yeah, because you were supporting England, and Billy, my best friend, shout out Billy, he was also supporting England. And then he was like, "Oh my God, Dom, I didn't think you were right. I didn't think Italy was going to win." I'm like, "Listen, you never should doubt an Italian man who knows his team and has been watching his team for God knows how long."
To be fair, they shouldn't have won. England was just bum, but let's leave that in 2020.
Rob, the next time we see each other, let's just say what happened to Brock Lesnar is going to happen to you, and I'm going to be the one to do
Sure, buddy.
it. Sure, buddy. Cam, yes, Cam.
Nothing.
No.
I choose not to say anything. I choose not to
No,
say
no.
anything.
What do you
I
have
don't
to
see
say?
that happening
What does
at
the
all.
peanut gallery have to say?
I do not see that happening at all.
Damn.
Oh.
But anyways, back to the NBA. I mean, like I said, this series was just a dominant series. You know, and again, the first time since the creation of the NBA Cup champions are also the NBA champions, which which I thought is just very interesting. But, you know, to see this team, you know, after everything that they've been through, just makes me happy. And and again, I've just been on an emotional high since Saturday because, you know, seeing the Knicks finally win that drought. And, you know, all respect to San Antonio, which, you know what? I say all respect to San Antonio, but I have
no respect right now, man.
I have some words that I have to say. But before I say these words, what do you guys think? What were you guys' opinions on the finals this year? Cam, I'll start with you first.
As I was eating popcorn, you bastard. Okay. Like my detailed thoughts, or like a quick run through.
Up to you. It doesn't matter.
Analytically, it was just like a whole series to watch. It was really enjoyable.
And it was also the most watched series. Sorry to cut you off. The most watched NBA final since 1998, which I thought
says a lot.
Which again says a lot. I thought it was really interesting
because we had some very memorable finals and playoff series in the early 2000s as well,
and even the 2010s.
Exactly my point. But this was a really enjoyable series. Just seeing how easy, I want to say easy it was, but how each and every time the Knicks were able to figure out something for them to make a comeback, and how it was so hard for the Spurs to just hold a lead. And that shows the inexperience in the Spurs in itself. And I found that really interesting to watch and to compare it to how they're going to perform next year. Because obviously they're going to be in this position next year. Do I see them making the finals again? Who knows? But they're definitely a heavy contender. And they're going to have a vendetta against the Knicks in general. So expect them to play a lot more aggressive with us next year. I'm excited to see how that goes, especially if they're there for a ring night. That would be a great opening night match to see the Knicks and Spurs again. But overall, Wemby, I was not mad with his performance. Not too bad. Just hate all of the immaturity with the unnecessary
play plans. I do want to get to that in a minute because I have some very unguided things to say.
But besides that, the Spurs did good for how young they are, and the Knicks overcame all the odds, broke history night in, night out. Plus 258 in a plus minus, as well as points they have had over each team in the playoffs. The fact that they've only lost 3 times, and 2 times they lost to CJ McCollum and not Wemby, that is insane.
That is definitely insane to say. But again, then that brings in a good point with that brings in a good segue to not a segue, but a good way just to tie in the playoffs overall. I mean, you really got to see the Knicks, kind of overcome a lot of big obstacles. The Hawks I wouldn't say the Hawks were a big obstacle, but they definitely were an obstacle for them to face, especially since that was the same exact team that knocked them out in the 2021 playoffs. So to finally see them get their revenge, the Knicks get their revenge, with an all, grounded and better team around in the organization was great. I mean, Philly's one of our biggest rivals. So we knew Philly was going to be a sweep. I have to say that 100%. I mean, I liking the team, liking their organization or respecting the organization are two different things. So I respect Philly, and I also respect, Paul George, Joel Embiid and everything. But we knew, even though, fuck Embiid, but we all knew that it was going to be a sweep against the 76ers.
The Sixers. Oh yeah, no, they had no chance at all.
Now, when it came to the Eastern Conference Finals, I thought that we were going to get Detroit, but I said that didn't matter who we got. If we got Detroit, if we got Cleveland, I think it was going to be a sweep either way. And the fact that we got to sweep Cleveland was just monumental. Rob, what about you? What were your thoughts on the final series overall, and even with the playoffs? Anything you want to just tie in with playoffs?
I mean, no, I think we said most of it. I do want to really talk about the Spurs and Wemby specifically, because I think it's a bit more interesting to talk about, especially as someone. I'm going to be a bit of a heel in this and say that I'm not against what Wemby did.
In terms of which sense?
In terms of like how he was acting and whatnot. But I will explain it more like once we really get into it.
Yeah.
So this brings me. So now we get into the.
I'm not mad at that actually.
I'm not mad at that either. Now, but this comes into the Western Conference overall. With the playoffs. I mean, we knew the Lakers were going to get swept. I love LeBron, but we knew, and we'll get to the offseason and thoughts on offseason and draft.
Yeah, no expectation, especially since Luka just didn't want to come back, I guess.
No, and it's like like I said, we'll get to that during the offseason. Yes, Cam.
Think about who won the ring before Luka did.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson. Backup point guard.
Jeff Teague won a ring before Luka.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Jeff Teague won a ring before Luka did. But can I just say, actually, and you know what? I don't care if I'm tooting my own horn here, but I called it since October. I said that I wanted the 1999 finals in a rematch of the 2026 finals, and it was going to be the correct winner. And both of you did collectively agree with me. So I think we all just deserve a nice little just pat on the back for ourselves. I think
we did good.
I think we all collectively agreed. Listen, respect.
I think James Dolan should pay us for that.
You know what? I agree, Cam. I think, and when he does pay us, it's drinks on me.
Unguided Punk goes global. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
I mean, the way that I'm going to be promoting the new episode, I mean, it will, hopefully we do go global. So, but no, I think that OKC not making the finals.
Shout out to the Spurs for that. I'm honest.
I did not want OKC in the finals. It's not that I don't think they're a good team. It's not that
we would have won.
What'd you say?
We would have won.
We would have won. But I also do think that it would have not been fun to have them in the finals.
No, it would not have been a fun series.
It would have been a lot of fouls. It would have been so bad.
It would have been even more fouls that we saw in this series. So, but
to be fair, I think this series got away with less fouls than what we would have expected.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. But now we get into the Spurs. So before we get to the Wemby thing, if you guys saw in our Inside the NBA WCC edition group chat, which I have to shout out that group chat because it's just a hilarious group chat, De'Aaron Fox unfollowed the Spurs on Instagram. Now, is this a shot or on Twitter, whatever?
A shot?
Is this – now, here's what I'm going to say. Is this either him actually leaving, or could it just be he's unhappy?
Why would he be unhappy? Like, what would be his reason?
He was all smiles in the post-game interview. He was laughing.
Like, I would understand if there was something like the team disrespected him, played him like 10 minutes instead of making him the franchise point guard. No, you were the guy. You had the ball in hand. And after the game, you were all smiles, like for no reason.
And it's not like they threw him under the bus. They were still actively supporting him. The head coach was actively supporting him.
Yeah, Mitch was supporting him.
So I don't know what that's all about. If he leaves, good. I want to say for the Spurs, because I think what he's shown this year, this playoff series, is just he's not capable of leading this team at all. So someone like Dylan Harper stood out better than him, and Dylan Harper's a rookie. So
I want to give just a quick shout out to Dylan Harper. I mean, he played his ass off during this series. Give him.
I don't know what you have to do. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I
No,
don't know
you're good. That's
what
all
you have to do as a Spurs organization. You keep that man in your grasp at all costs. You see him upset, you fix it, because that man could be generational, better than his father. He's already acting like it right now as a rookie in the finals. Only one of only 7 players as a rookie to do that.
Yeah, and
so you keep him at all costs.
I think Dylan Harper, and I said as a hot take, I don't know if you guys remember, I said as a hot take, I thought Dylan Harper should have won Rookie of the Year this season.
I agree.
Who won it again?
I think Cooper Flag, yeah.
Cooper Flag?
And then Con Canupa was second.
I think Cooper had a lot of expectation going into the season because he was like, 18, came out of high school straight away and everything.
And they deemed him as like the biggest prospect, the next LeBron and stuff like that. So,
and especially he's going to Dallas after Luka and everything. He had everything behind him to win it.
He did. He really did. But I think, I feel like that Ron Harper. I feel like Dylan Harper should have won the Rookie of the Year because he just he's a very promising rookie, and I think next season, every season you're going to see him get better and better. Until of course he starts getting older and starts slowing down. But I think right now, at the age of how old is he? I think he's 21.
Yeah,
he's going to get better and better. If we see Wemby getting better and better every year he's playing, with the Spurs. What makes you think that the Spurs are not going to do everything in their power to make Harper better and better every year that he's playing with the team?
The issue they have right now is, and I said this in the group chat, but when you're giving Kornet $40 million for 2 years, you're giving De'Aaron Fox a max contract. You're doing like these small things that kind of slow down your momentum. You're going to see like slowly, like in a year or two, is going to be like, am I the starting point guard or am I the backup for this guy that's unfortunately a bum? So for me, they have to do everything in their power to get rid of Fox. Like, even if they get like just picks or something for him, just get rid of him. His contract is not needed. As a player, he's not needed. Just stick to your young guys because they seem to be more mature than him. So that's my take on it.
I might have an idea, but I need to confirm it first before I say anything about it.
Okay.
I'll keep talking now.
I was gonna say I was gonna just pull up. I don't have a piece of paper, but I was gonna just pull the Shaq and just put Guangdong Tigers and be like, "This is De'Aaron Fox's new location." But
they should try to get rid of him. I'm being dead serious.
I think that this team. But another thing too is I also do see the Spurs getting rid of Luke Cornett and actually trading for someone that needs a real forward that you could have.
Hear me out. We're being way too hard on Luke Cornett. And that's because of the
No, I'm not being hard.
Starting center.
I'm not being hard on Luke Cornett. I'm just saying I think that Luke Cornett should leave this.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying like the population because I'm hearing a lot of bad talks about Luke Cornett when he's a great center. It's just like he's playing underneath Wemby, who is the defensive player of the year. So we're holding him at too high of a standard.
And also,
exactly, the difference is massive. So do you get someone that's defensively more sound than Cornett, or who
is ever going to be at the scale like Wemby? There's really not anyone else.
Someone like Wemby. I'm saying like someone better than Cornett at least. Because you can tell, like as soon as Cornett gets in the game, everyone just attacks the rim.
Yeah,
like straight up. They're not scared to go at him, man. I think you're gonna need a better center if you're willing to like go the extra mile and win the finals.
So, and again, we'll get to this during the off-season thing. But before I get to the off-season and everything we have to talk about Wemby, what was I going to say? You guys and also another thing you need to remember too, Luke Cornett was also on the Knicks during the 17-win season. So he was.
Yes.
So that's another thing you also should take into consideration too.
He got drafted by the Knicks.
He got drafted by the Knicks, and he played on that team. I think that was his first or his second season with the team.
I don't remember him.
Because I know it was Mitch's rookie season that they won 17 games.
Yes.
I just don't remember if it was Cornett's second year or if it was his first year and he was drafted in the second round. I don't remember. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But now we get to the man himself, Victor Wembanyama. I said Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. Listen, I agree with Rob
Okay.
with the whole he's young, he's acting immature,
That's not what I'm trying to say though. With how he's acting, my thing with Wembanyama, I think he had the right reaction for what he's been going through all year. With how people have been physical on him, the way the media treats him, and everything. I think this is just the reaction of someone that's tired of being bullied, and that's a bit of like a French mentality thing. I want to say because I grew up in that same mentality, so I want to say that it's like when I'm constantly being pushed, shoved, hit. Sometimes it's like, and I'm not getting a call, and then it gets to the playoffs and it gets worse. I'll be honest, I'm gonna throw an elbow, like I'm actually gonna hit you, and people get mad at that. I can get it. On a personal level, I think it's just we could have expected it.
Yeah, okay, so now once you explain that, I agree with that same 100%. The one thing I want to just rip him apart for is the see all never. That
That also I think is a French thing because it's like when you translate it, it's à jamais and it's a bit poetic, but that again, that's just a French thing. I don't think people should take that too seriously.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
After what we saw that I put in the group chat, I took it a little bit, a little bit
because it's certain context you have to understand as like a French speaker, and when you're translating word for word, it does sound bad or it doesn't make sense unless you like really dive deep into what he's trying to say.
Right.
And so yeah, again, I don't think people should take it as seriously as they did.
Okay. So I won't take it as seriously as I did because I thought he was just saying it just to be petty. But now with getting another point of view from it, especially your point of view, because you kind of you're also French like him, so you do. I would say you kind of see what he sees, but you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. That you understand where he's coming from to a certain degree. I 100% can understand that.
I think it's just American media, the way they portray certain things, it gets a bit out of hand. Because European players in general, because you see it even with Jokic, you see it with Doncic, anyone that's kind of come through that European system straight to the American system, they get bashed for the things they say, but it's just like there's a language barrier there, and you got to respect that. Otherwise, you're gonna take something he says, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, look, he's disrespectful, he's a bully, he's this and that," and now we're gonna paint Wembanyama as the villain when he hasn't done anything too crazy.
He hasn't, but you did bring up a point there of Wembanyama as the villain. I think next season he's the villain.
Yeah.
And this ties, and again, this is gonna tie into something our wise old mentor, John Cena, had once said that the NBA is exactly like WWE. LeBron went from being the good guy to the bad guy, back to the good guy again. Then when LeBron went back to the good guy, Kevin Durant was painted as the villain.
Right.
Now, Wembanyama is painted as the villain for the NBA.
So we're saying that SGA is going back to being a face?
Oh no, SGA is still going to be a bad guy, but I think Wemby's going to be the number one heel.
Interesting.
I don't even hate SGA. That's the weird thing. Like,
no, I don't hate SGA either.
But I feel like we just hate his play style. We don't hate him as a person.
I've said this to my manager. It's like what I think about SGA is I think he is top 5 players in the league. He just plays like a little bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but now we get to the draft in the offseason. Any quick thoughts with the draft? I think we all know the is probably going to get drafted number 1 to the bum ass Wizards, unfortunately.
Oh, real quick, because the Mazda is going to the Wizards. Do we think the Wizards are a dark horse next season?
No. Well,
it depends, but I don't think so.
Who is their head coach again?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Let me check that real quick. Brian Keith.
Brian Keith. Wasn't it a former Utah Jazz head coach?
Trying to see Brian Keith.
No, he was the Brooklyn.
He was with the Spurs. He was with the Thunder.
He's with the Knicks.
Knicks, Lakers.
But this is it. So this is his first head coaching job because he's just been an assistant coach his entire career.
Yeah, I see that.
Assistant coach at the Nets, and then in 2023 he became assistant coach of the Wizards before he became
The main
head coach.
Also coached at Bryan College.
Yes, he coached at Bryan College. Yes, as an assistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that I don't think the Wizards would be a dark horse, but I think there's a lot of different pieces for them to make them.
They are a play-in team. I feel like they're a first out
honest,
play-in team.
I don't even see them as a play-in team.
Do not tell me you see them as a playoff team because I don't see that at all.
Hell no.
You just don't see them making the playoffs in general.
No, I think that they're gonna be under 500 next season, and I don't think that they're gonna make the playoffs at all.
Okay, so they're not a dark horse for you.
They're for me, and again, it's just like it's not that I'm gonna be disrespecting the Wizards because they're all the Wizards fans. Which, on a side note, speaking of fans,
No, I feel like they should disrespect them as much as you need to.
No, I agree. But speaking of fans, Chris, how does it feel, bitch?
Oh my gosh, because he switched from a Clipper fan to a Spurs fan mid-season.
Oh my god. We need to get him we need to get him on here one day because we're gonna just fucking rip him apart with this.
I feel bad, man.
Honestly, I think that the teams, though, back to next season with the standings, I think next season, pretty much all the same teams that we saw this season are going to be in the standings. I mean, I think Detroit, fucking frauds.
They're Cleveland 2.0.
Yes, I agree with that. They are Cleveland 2.0.
The thing with Cleveland was no one in that team actually performed. In this case, Cade did perform.
Yeah.
So
yes, but he has no one backing him.
That's the thing. So,
but the thing is, when I say 2.0, I'm referring to how they keep their they have high expectations and they fall short each and every time.
To be fair, the fact that they became the number 1 seed this year, that was like out of nowhere. We didn't really expect them to be first. So, are they underperforming, being overperformers? Is that what we're trying to say?
That's a good point. But in my eyes, from other Detroit fans, what I've been hearing from them all season, or at least until the middle season happened, was that it's a championship. We have to make it to the finals or Western Conference Finals or failure for us. I feel like they set themselves too high up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they should have been happy with just the semifinals.
And that's why I was saying like they're on the same level as the Cavs for me, because of that mindset that they got mid-season, which made no sense to me. Yes, I get the first seed, but you got to at least give yourself some middle ground, especially if you're still relatively new into the playoff scene again.
The thing with the Cavs was that they were building for a couple of years, so the expectation was set.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they failed, they sucked. They just sucked. But I think Detroit, the fans set the expectation a bit too high compared to the media, so I don't want to be too mad at them. They're like, they made it to the semifinals, they lost.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Compared to Cleveland, they still got time before we need to like have the conversation.
Next year, there's going to be strong conversations happening.
Yes, Cleveland is having those strong conversations right now. They need to decide if they want to rebuild because it's not.
What do you even do with that team? Like that's my thing. Like I have no idea what you can do to change anything. Who do you get rid of? Who do you bring in? Like
whose contract is? Let me check. Because I'm also trying to do
I think Jared Allen's contract might be coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's?
Jared Allen.
Do they get rid of Allen?
Oh, you might be right. His contract.
And then also being paid too.
No, his contract goes out in 2028.
Oh, it goes out in 28? Okay. So maybe
this year he got paid 28.
Sorry, Cam. Continue.
This year he got paid 28 million. Next year he's getting paid 30.24 million. And in 2028 he's getting paid 32 million.
Well, I've also been hearing that he's been in trade rumors a lot. So that could be something.
For who though?
Could be any. You could see? If maybe the Cleveland wants to go get Giannis. There's also the whole back home. So
I actually do have something to say about that.
yeah.
So right now, talks are Giannis to Boston, and I'm like, Giannis to Boston is very confusing. But hear me out. You say it's gonna be a 3-team trade if it ever happened, and then Jaylen Brown would go to Clippers to get rid of cap space, and that sort of helps out the Clippers. Does that make sense to me? No.
No.
But I'm trying to figure out what else works right now.
But can I say I just don't want to hate Kawhi? Not Kawhi. I just don't want to hate Giannis.
Oh yeah, no, he's a very likable guy, and he's very competitive. Even when we playing him, I just never could hate him.
I think that Giannis is, and I've been saying it honestly. I've been legit quoting LeBron like ever since I've been hearing about the whole trade rumors. But I think Giannis takes his talent to South Beach.
They've been saying it for a while though. Just
the only issue is Pat Riley.
Yeah,
I mean, let me check their cap space.
I don't think they got that big of a cap space. They have to get rid of like 3 guys.
Tyler Hero would definitely get traded. Let's be honest here and realistic.
You're not going to build around Tyler Hero. Let's say for one of those guys. He's a decent player, but he's not a franchise guy.
Khalil Ware would probably go. Jovic would. Nikola Jovic would probably leave. Jaime Jaquez would probably leave.
But you're getting rid of a lot just to get Giannis.
Okay, here. Do you want to hear a trade draft?
Yeah, go for it.
It includes Giannis. It's a 4-team trade.
Okay.
4.
Yeah. So the teams included Bucks, Pelicans, Celtics, and Raptors.
He goes to the Pelicans.
No, he goes to the Celtics still. So the Bucks get Emmanuel Quickly, Jacob Patel. So the Bucks get Emmanuel Quickly, Jacob Patel, Karis LeVert, Amen Thompson, Ron Holland II, a 2026 first round from the Celtics, a 2026 second round from the Celtics that Atlanta holds the right to swap, a 2027 first round from Detroit. I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can see this.
Yeah, it's better. Because what you're just saying is
it's a lot.
See everything. Okay.
All right, tell me if you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay. Second, I am not at my screen right now. I can see your screen.
All right. That's the whole trade.
I'm just looking at this and it is horrendous. Jesus.
Yeah. And somehow it's a success.
It would work on a financial standing. I think on a team.
On a chemistry standing and everything else, I don't see it.
It's just stupid. I'm trying to see who would benefit from this, but I feel like everyone just loses.
I mean, you could say Boston benefits from it because they can keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but at the same time, that takes away everything from them.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what? This kind of brings up another question too with the whole Boston sweepstakes. And hear me out here. What if Giannis does go to Boston? They could put Derek White in that trade because there have been rumors of Derek White potentially either getting traded or leaving.
I don't think it's beneficial to lose White. I just don't think it's beneficial for them. The way that team is built, he is. I don't want to say mandatory, but he is needed.
Who?
Derek White.
What, for Boston?
Yeah.
Not really. Yes, he's vital, but I feel like he's easily replaceable.
You think so?
Think of it like the Spurs, because he was good for them and he was vital for the Spurs. Easily replaceable. Devin Vassell came in. They got rid of him.
But then you have to replace him, and who would you be able to replace him with? Especially for the type of contribution that he has for that team.
But I feel like he's a really common role player. Good with the shooting, has pretty solid defense, and he could be a ball player if you need him to.
I saw one mock trade of Giannis going to the Rockets, and I think that would be interesting to see.
Who do you send the other way? You get rid of
Oh
Kevin
my
Durant.
gosh. I don't know which one looks worse.
Trash versus garbage.
Bucks, Tims, Raptors, Mavericks.
You
Mavericks
know
get
what? Honestly, him to the Tim. Honestly, I would actually think Giannis to the Tims would be fire.
I mean, we
there's
did
no way
mention
the
this
league
at
lets
some
this
point.
happen.
We mentioned this at some point. I remember in one of the pods, we were saying if he can go to the Timbs, and they would be a decent team.
There is no way the league lets this happen, especially with the Timberwolves getting Daniel Gafford along with Giannis. There's no way the league lets this happen.
Let me try to look at screen. Holy shit!
The Bucks get Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Jacob Patel, and Jay Behringer, along with those picks. Timberwolves get Giannis, Daniel Gafford, and Bobby Portis.
What's the name
Raptors,
of this site? Because I always try to name this site.
which one?
That you're looking to draft at.
Oh, what's the name of this website? Fanspo. Fanspo.com.
I couldn't remember. That was my bad.
Raptors get Kyrie Irving, Rudy Gobert, Klay Thompson. Mavericks get Quickly, Turner, and DiVincenzo, along with two picks.
29, yeah.
They're just trying to kill the Raptors with this one.
Pretty much.
It's basically a murder for the Raptors.
But Rudy is also leaving though too. We've been hearing that Rudy is potentially leaving. I've also been hearing also the rumors of course Julius leaving, or Julius and Dante getting traded as well.
They should get rid of.
I wouldn't
Julius.
be surprised if Julius is
he's just not good.
Abysmal. His contract is the third worst. $33 million. I don't even know how much he's getting. In this upcoming year, he's going to get $33.3 million, and he has a player option in next year when he's 33.
I will say though, because there's a lot of stuff we can really talk about with this offseason. Looking at both the East and the West, but before we do get to that, I do want to ask these two questions. Or these three questions is what I should say. The first one is the man that has basically shaped our childhoods, LeBron James, is on the cusp of retirement. Do we see LeBron retiring, or do we see him staying for a little while longer?
I see him staying.
I see him going up to 42 and then calling it quits. I think next year is going to be like his last real go at it.
I was waiting for Bryce James.
Oh my God, Bryce James. Man,
realistically, it could happen if he waits another year.
He's definitely going to wait just to like have that. Oh, I played with both my sons, and then he's going to call quits. He doesn't care about it right now.
He better not.
That's why Luka's the one that has to be carrying.
Yes.
Okay. Second, we know our boy and Philippe's favorite player of all time. Shout out Philippe. Kevin Durant is unhappy in Houston. Do we see him staying with Houston, or do we see him leaving? And if we do, where do you see him potentially going?
If I'm the Raptors, I'd get rid of him.
You mean the Rockets?
Yeah, Rockets.
I was about to say. Realistically, where is he gonna go? Where can he go? Who wants him?
Back home to Brooklyn.
You think Brooklyn wants him after the mess he put them in?
Never taking him back.
Fuck no. All right, fine. He goes back to OKC.
No, send him back to Golden State.
If they're really desperate.
You know what? We send him to the Clippers. Maybe that will make Chris a fan again.
The Clippers are in budget hell, bro. Like, they actually have no way to get out of what they're dealing with.
Seriously, though, do we see him going to a team, or could we potentially see him calling it a retirement, early retirement?
Yeah, I say his only option
is
to I say his only option is to stay with the team or retire. Because like I said, nobody wants him right now. His PR is so bad right now. Yes, he's a good player, but are you really going to sacrifice the points for bad chemistry and something like what happened this year?
I saw someone say that he should go to Denver or Minnesota.
What are your? Will never take him. In Minnesota, they're not suicidal. They're trying to build something there.
Yes, And yes, it would be cool if Anthony Edwards and Kevin Durant were working together on the same team, but that team would not last and it's not going anywhere, especially when things get tough and they go into the clutch. Who do you think is going to want the ball? Both of them. They're going to get greedy and snippy.
You benefit more from having Edwards get the ball, but then you get Durant being upset and wanting to trade again. So
Mm-hmm.
you're just wasting your time. Just keep it the way it is. Build around Anthony Edwards. Uh, Kevin Durant. I don't know, buddy. You do you, but yeah, there's
All right,
no real
Mike.
honest team that wants to go get you.
Sorry, I'm playing.
Where do we see Fox going?
Shanghai.
Tigers.
Okay, I see him going to Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Or if they're really desperate, I see him going to Minnesota if they're really desperate.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that. Him going to Brooklyn, Minnesota.
First, get Michael Porter Jr. in return.
That would be such a good take as well. Oh my god.
Oh, I got another rant to make regarding the playoffs or the Spurs Knicks final. Where was Harrison Barnes, Kelly Olynyk, Bismack Biyombo, and all the other actual veterans that were on the bench? Where were their voices and just where were they in general? Where is Harrison Barnes? Sure, he was doing great in the beginning of the season and then just completely fell off towards the end. But his presence and just his voice in general should do enough for you guys. So why was I barely seeing anything about him? Or why didn't I see him at all? During the huddles, I didn't see him. Like when they needed like some talking on the bench while the game was going on, I saw nothing happening over there. All I saw was Wemby just talking with Carter Bryant or talking with Devin Vassell, the usual group. But I didn't see anybody else in there.
I think it's that idea of where we put the expectation on Wemby to being like the veteran presence when this dude's in his third year, which in a way the guys like Barnes or Olynyk, like you said, they just kind of step to the side and are like, oh, you got this you got this young man, you take care of this team. No, this is his first playoff, this is first finals. Like you have to take the reins. These guys are young, they're gonna play fast. You got to slow it down for them. That's where I'm pissed with De'Aaron Fox as well, because you've been here for 10 years and you're not slowing the game down for your guys. You're letting them do whatever they want to do. And at the end of the day, how do you build with this? You got to get rid of all these old guys now, and you got to like get younger guys again. But oh wait, these guys are the young guys. So it's a whole issue with Spurs right now. I think if they really want to go back to the finals next year, they got to get rid of all those dudes. They're just useless. I don't see them benefiting from having them in the team, especially with their contracts.
All right.
I find it very poetic how the downfall of Fox's career in Sacramento was him fouling at a three when they didn't need to foul and they just needed to close out on a three. And that led to Mike Brown having that conversation during the post-game interview, which the following day led to him getting fired. And how now in San Antonio, his clutch performance, how he was performing in the clutch when it came to defense, the turnovers, the shots, everything like that, is his current downfall in San Antonio and how everybody wants him out there. And Mike Brown ends up winning the championship against them because of that.
Also, I just want to give a congratulations to Mike Brown. He deserves it.
Hall of Famer.
And also, the fact that he finally won the NBA championship as a head coach instead of an assistant coach. I've always had
four times as an assistant coach.
4 times as assistant coach. I've always had the utmost respect for Mike Brown, but my respect has just risen 100 times more, 1,000 times more. But now comes to a question that I really been itching to kind of ask. I'm not going to lie. Austin Reeves, what is the situation we see going on with him? Does he stay in LA? Or does he go to Brooklyn, which is a rumor team to get him? Or Chicago, which is another rumor team to get him? Or do we see him going to a just out of the blue, just shocking?
You go first, Rob.
My thing with Reeves is I think his role in the Lakers is what you'd expect especially when you're in a team with Luca and LeBron. So I don't put like that much expectation on him when it comes to a player, even though I think he's a good player. Him going to maybe a Brooklyn or something, I just don't see what's the point. Just take the Lakers, try to see what they can build there, and if they don't build anything, then yeah, sure you can leave. But for now, just stick to it, buddy.
Cam?
I don't really have an answer. I'm still trying to think it out, but I think the best option for him is to just stay there. He definitely is going to want his money, but I feel like Jalen Brunson definitely taught a lesson to a lot of these people that you don't always need to go for the money, and you should just try to aim for the title as well. Especially if you're in a good position or a good place, like Brunson was in New York, where he knew he can get what he needed to bring that team to the finals. So, if they really are about winning that chip, and if Lakers really are wanting to win, then they would have a conversation with Austin Reeves and Luka about bringing down their contract or doing something to get them more help, because they know they need help. They're just not willing to actually do something to get that help.
Well, I think another thing is they also
want.
Sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
I wanted to just like piggyback off that and just say, like, if you remember, we had that conversation about D-Book and him staying in Arizona or in Phoenix.
Yes.
Some of these guys, they don't care about chips, man. They just want their money. That's the sad part of it.
Sometimes too, you want to take a good old play, old style play of the game. They just want to stay because they love that team.
So it is, man. Lillard, sorry. He was in Portland for years. He knew they weren't going to win anything, but it's
and then he finally tried.
He tried, and then he saw it wasn't going to work out, so he went back.
And listen, and next season, Damian Lillard going to be healthy, so it's going to be fun to see him next season play. So I'm really excited for that. But in my opinion, with the Reeves thing is, I agree with both of your takes. I think, he should stay, try to work things out with LA to stay for the money. I do though see him going to Chicago, or the Nets. But someone even said that he could be a candidate for the Pistons.
Who do you replace him with?
I forgot.
Tobias Harris.
The Lakers take that if they're done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, they took Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean,
I know shades of Westbrook.
You're doing it for your mistakes.
A lot of people are saying another thing too, that Westbrook should retire this season. And
no, he still has a lot to offer.
He does.
Still got some in him.
I forgot what team I saw, but someone, I think it was Miami, but I think they said that Westbrook should be targeted. Miami should be targeting Westbrook.
No.
Which also brings up another point with the Miami thing. Now, apparently, and I think I said this before. Apparently, that if Miami doesn't get Giannis, they're targeting Trae Young.
Again, I'm trying to see, like, when you're comparing to what they already have and what they need, I just don't think it's a good acquisition.
I agree. And it's not, again, this is not me hating Trae Young now. This is me agreeing with you guys. I think, what they have is fine. The Tyler Hero leaving is probably going to happen. You probably are going to see maybe, Jaquez and Khalil Ware probably leave as well. But who knows? For the standings next season, I think both conferences are going to be fine. I think I have a couple just different things here. I think the Spurs do take the top of the West next season.
I think they take the top if, like I said, if they get rid of some of these guys that are practically useless and actually try to reinforce the bench, see what they can do on the offseason. But again, I don't know whose contract's ending this year. I'd have to double check it, but yeah, they got to get rid of Fox. They got to get rid of Olynyk. Cornette, I'd get rid of him. Like, a lot of these guys just have to go.
I think that I think the West just pretty much stays the same. I think maybe you do see the Timberwolves. They finished off 6th this season. I do see the Timberwolves. I do see the Timberwolves going too far of being maybe number 4, number 3 next season.
What do you see the Nuggets?
Around the same range, about 3 or 4. I think both teams are just going to be just great next season. I really am intrigued to see where they do. I mean, Minnesota's my dark horse pick for next season to win. I think that they have just a great team around them. Yes, do I agree that Rudy might be leaving and that Julius needs to go? I do. I also do think that they should re-sign DeSomu, but also seeing how DeSomu was playing out of his mind during the playoffs, I do see, other teams trying to bet for DeSomu and offer higher for DeSomu. But I definitely do think that next season, in my opinion, I think the top 6 seeds go. I think the Spurs at 1, OKC at 2, I'll put the Timberwolves at 3, the Nuggets at 4, keep the Rockets at 5, and put the Lakers at 6. And I honestly think that the same 4 teams that were in the play-in, I think the Blazers, the Suns, the Clippers, and the Warriors are in the play-in. On top of that, though, I will say maybe look out for the Mavericks. The Mavericks could be doing something new, especially since Jason Kidd is gone. So who knows what that brings for them.
They should definitely be better.
Would you think they're going to be better?
Yeah, and that maybe not like Detroit or Spurs level of better in the sense like the steady
maybe like a Clippers Warriors.
They're definitely going to get 10, 15 more wins than they did this year.
Okay.
I can definitely see that.
Okay. Excuse me.
But my thing is next year, the Thunder, don't they have a similar situation of having bad contracts coming up?
Well, I know
a lot of guys. Two guys are getting maxes, I think. Chet, Shea, and Williams are all on maxes. And then you got a couple guys getting increases as well, so they got to get rid of a bunch of guys.
Well, I know Hartenstein is potentially rumored to leave, and a lot of people are saying that Hartenstein would be a good fit to have in for the Lakers. So,
do we believe that the Spurs can possibly try and swoop him?
I could see that. I mean, I always liked Hartenstein when he was in New York. I thought he was fine, both offensively and defensively. And I think he'd be great to have but great to have with Wembanyama. However, I saw a mock trade that sends Cam Johnson to the Spurs. And I think Cam with Wemby would be really interesting to see.
It would be fun, definitely. No, my thing with the Spurs is still, just get rid of those older guys like Fox and whatnot. They're just useless, really.
As for the East, I think New York takes the 1 seed next season.
I think we should. We definitely should. I'm trying to see what other team can possibly take it off of us besides Detroit.
Boston probably. Boston
depends on their offseason, I think.
Okay. I think next season for me, I think it goes the Knicks at the 1. I think the Celtics stay at the 2. I think the Cavs become the 3. The Pistons become the 4. I'm going to keep the Raptors at the 5. I was very surprised with the Raptors this season. I think
You're dropping the Pistons all the way to 4?
It depends on their offseason too.
I think we have to get a bit deeper into the offseason to really start giving a top 10 or something.
Because
just based off what we saw over the season, I think they still stick to a 1 or 2 position.
Okay. If anything, all right, so I'll switch them. I'll put them at 3 then. I'll have the Pistons at 3.
Yeah.
And then we'll put the Cavs at 4. I'm going to keep the Raptors at 5, but I want to switch back to the Pistons really quickly though. Someone said that depending on what goes on with the LA situation, I know I'm keep tying everything into LA. Not that I just love the organization, but it's just they're a team that we really need to watch during this offseason, especially with the whole, LeBron and
Luka, Austin Reeves situation.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm playing Minecraft, and my friends are calling me, but it's I'm doing this shit. And I love doing this shit, so that's why.
I hope everyone's seeing what's happening. I'm here. I'm concentrated on this. You got Don playing Minecraft. You got Cam who died for some reason. I don't know where he is. I'm here for you a lot. I love you.
I'm trying to pay attention, but my friend is hitting me in Minecraft, and I'm about to die. But back to what I was saying, I think, and I honestly would love to see this. 1 second. Oh my god. I would really love to see the whole I would love to see this. Depending on what happens to LeBron and Austin Reeves, I think LA would be a great contender to have Jalen Duren on their team.
I think Jalen Duren should be sent to Shanghai after his performance in the playoffs, bro. I'll be honest. This man is scamming a living. Like they literally have to give him a max contract, I think, after this year. So it's like, wow, you're gonna get 200 million for possibly one of the worst playoff runs we've seen.
And again, remember another thing too. We were praising Detroit earlier, when we were earlier in the season and when we were, first started out Unguided Punks,
No,
saying
I was calling Cade possible MVP. That was my guy. I supported this team. I was like, yo, going from 2060 to 60-20, that's just insane.
being one of the worst led teams in one of the worst led franchises in NBA history.
They have the record for most consecutive losses, everything. Like
Yeah.
this was a team that went through it, and I had high expectations for them. Like as soon as they hit 60, I was like, yeah, I'm happy. I support this. Give Cade the MVP if you want, like everything. This guy deserves the world, and they went into the playoffs, and we saw what we saw.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna like I said, I do see them being the 2 or the 3. I do think the Boston, depending on how their offseason is, but I even do think that depending on how if what does happen, I do see them. So I'll do the Knicks at the 1. Honestly, like this is the first time in a very long time. Excuse me. Wow, my ear just popped. I think the first time in a very long time, I'm confident to say that we are in the NBA where both the East and the West are just very dominant divisions.
The East, no, I don't think the East is as dominant as we think it is. I think there's a big disparity between the top 5 teams and then the rest of the conference. And that's why we think it's dominant, but in reality, it's just part of it is really bad.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have the Knicks at the 1, and then I'll have the Pistons at the 2. Then I'll put the Boston at the 3, Cleveland at the 4. I'm gonna keep Toronto at the 5. I really did think Toronto was I had very high expectations for Toronto, and I think that they did really damn good this season. So I think Toronto is really the way to go. 6 is really like a fight for Atlanta, 76ers, and the Magic. We talked about the Magic earlier this season as being one of the top level teams to watch. Talking Paolo as one of the a guy that we could see as a potential MVP candidate, being breakout. And then and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of salty that they underperformed because
I don't even want to talk about them because there's clips of me glazing this team, glazing Pablo.
There is clips of
and,
you.
and I've been and I've been left astray. I've been bamboozled. Like what I saw during the playoffs, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is not the team I supported. Like I love underdog stories, and for me, the Magic was such a big underdog story. That performance was just embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Let's see here. So, and then 76ers on the Hawks. So, really more, it's just a 76ers on the Hawks battle.
Where do we think Charlotte ends?
I see them finishing top 10. I see them finishing at 9 like they did this season. Who knows? Maybe even 8. I could honestly see them be a really dark horse. Honestly, again, and this is another thing that I do want to shout, especially since they finally got a really damn good head coach. Look out for Chicago, depending on how their offseason is. I think Chicago is a team you really want to kind of watch during their offseason moves to see how they play the next season.
We're gonna see Chicago start the season 10-0, and then they're gonna go 50-10. You're gonna see.
You know what?
They're gonna do that. They do that every year, so I'm like,
they do. But I feel like Chicago. I think that's why to say I think Reeves should go to Chicago. I think Reeves would actually be good in Chicago, but I definitely do think you need to kind of build around, have a team of Reeves, Giddey, and Buzelis as your top 3, and then try to get like more power for your defense.
That is such an underwhelming 3. I'll be honest with you.
That is such a I know, but
It's not horrible, but it's just underwhelming.
where do we? Okay, but now you actually bring up another question to me, Robin. This would be the last of the NBA talk because
Yeah, I think we can probably move on from the NBA talk. We've been talking a lot about it.
we've talked about it for about an hour now. So
It was a good conversation, though. We love
we
conversation
love
like
the
this.
NBA. We love the NBA. Where do we think Indiana goes next season?
Um, I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. Halliburton is coming back from a torn Achilles, and the history of torn Achilles is that you don't come back the same player. You never
No,
do. Even Tatum, even though he came back earlier than we expected, he
he was.
had decent performances. It's just he's not the same player.
No, he's not, and I agree
So
with that.
Halliburton, I don't know where he's gonna come back. Like his level, I have no idea what to expect. But what I've seen over the year is that the Pacers aren't good. So I don't know how much better he's gonna make them.
I do agree with that. I think it's again they're a team that I kind of want to watch, especially since they made the finals last year. Oh, the only time I rooted for OKC, besides of course when they had Kevin Durant and Kyrie, and I said Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Russ, and Harden back. Um, I wanted them just to destroy the Pacers because of what they did to the Knicks.
It was an insane series. They could have actually, the Pacers could have actually been NBA champions if Game 7 didn't happen.
If Game 7 didn't happen the way it happened, we'd be talking about Indiana. But this actually brings me to again, we're just dragging out the NBA segment. But again,
We got time.
dude, we love the NBA. Like I finally have solidified this sport as my favorite sport. Out of I love football, so and football was my favorite sport. But to say that basketball is now my favorite sport, it's like that's just something that kind of makes me proud. And I've been getting even before the Knicks, finals run and everything. Basketball was starting to be solidified as my favorite sport. I won't lie.
These past 2 seasons have been really fun, I'll be honest.
These past 2 seasons, as well as me just going back and watching history video, like on a shout out, I want to shout out the Nonstop YouTube channel. They just do amazing content. That channel just posts amazing content. They did one on the Spurs dynasty. They did one on how Jalen Brunson went from being the 33rd pick to becoming the best, the king of New York. And the best videos, in my opinion, is they do a retrospective of the 2000s and 2010s. Highly recommend those 2 videos. Those were just beautiful. There's a bunch of other great videos that channel has put out, but I think that I just lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, this is bad. This is like the worst time to lose my train of thought. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. When we look at the 2000s and the 2010s, and we look at the NBA champions of the years, the three-peat Lakers, the Spurs, the Magic, the Celtics, and then we look in the 2010s and we see, what's another Detroit from the 2000s. We look at 2010s. Cleveland and the Warriors. No disrespect to those teams because those teams 100% deserved it in their own right. But I think the 2020 is the best decade for champions because every year we have seen different champions because of their different playmaking and the different play styles and how they blend together. I mean, 2020, you had LeBron leading the Lakers, their first NBA championship win since 2010. So the fact that the Lakers won the NBA championship, a decade after Kobe won his last championship, that's great to open the year. Then you get a very big underdog with Giannis and the Bucks, a team that was very dominant with Giannis. And then in 2022, you see the Warriors finally come back, showing, Steph is older, Dre is older, and we got these new guys around us, Jordan Poole, and I think Podemski was with them still. I think Podemski was with them at that point. You see, become the champions. You see Denver finally showing Jokic finally, exploding and Jamal Murray, all blending together to create a fun finals right there. Who do they play in the finals that year? I forgot. They played the Mavericks.
Wasn't it the Timbs? No. What did they play? Good point.
No, it was the. I think you're right. I think it was the Tims.
Let me check.
Oh shit, that's the NBA final draft. I don't want the NBA draft. No, it was Miami.
Why did I say the Tims? Like the Tims aren't the West Coast. On my fucking
Oh
god,
yeah.
so fucking dumb. I think they played the Wolves in the Western Conference Final, though, right?
Yes, they did play that. That's who they. I believe they did beat. Right. Let me check here. Um. Yeah. No, actually, the Nuggets swept the Lakers.
Oh, is it? Am I just saying this because
You're
the
thinking of
Wolves and
22.
the?
You're thinking of 24 because that was when Boston played Dallas, and the Mavericks beat the Tims 4-1.
I think I'm saying the Wolves because. Wait, real quick. Okay. I just saw something. Yeah, I don't have to confirm it, but yeah. Forget my reaction.
Then you see 2024 with the Boston Celtics finally going after the years of the rebuilding, winning, and then 2025 OKC finally giving life back to the city of Oklahoma, and now you have New York who ended their 53-year drought. So I think that's something that I think we're going to see in the 2020s. I think every year you're going to see a new NBA champion. It's not that you're going to see the same champions, back to back to back, or you're going to see the same champions every other year. I
It's going to
definitely,
be very rare seeing
I,
back-to-back champion, and I think that's good.
I think in 27, I think it is the Timberwolves or the Spurs.
I think more Spurs, but yeah, the Tims can possibly do something.
The Tims can 100% possibly do something, and that brings me to another note too, which it will be the final of NBA. I like we keep dragging this, but like again, we love this sport. Like this is what we're passionate about. The NBA has agreed to the expansion of bringing a team to Las Vegas and bringing a team to Seattle, so the Supersonics could potentially be back. Do we see a world where the Supersonics come back and Kevin Durant plays his last season as a Seattle Supersonic?
It'd be poetic, I'll give you that. But
I think it would be very poetic if that was the case. Because
at the same time, I'm like, Durant-led Supersonics is just fair,
KD is 37 years old, so
old man KD.
no man, KD. But no, I mean, listen, I'm really intrigued to see what how Seattle will play when Seattle comes back, and even how Vegas will play when we see Vegas have their team. But that is the end of the NBA segment. We
End
had
of NBA segment, and we have no idea where Cam is.
we have no idea where Cam is. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Cam, you got responsibilities. You got to come back.
You got to come back, Cam. All right. Well, I'll give you a choice next. Do you want to do WWE talk or do you want to do the World Cup talk, Cam? Rob.
If we're dragging the show to like 2 hours 30, we could probably do both.
Well, it's up to you. What do you want to do first? That's what I'm saying.
Let's do World Cup talk because I think WWE talk is going to be very toxic.
Italy did not qualify for the World Cup for the third time. I've dragged this on for so long. I'm still going to drag this on. I posted on my story. You may have saw it, Rob. I don't know if you liked it. That I wore my Italy jersey to work on Friday, and everyone came up to me. Yo, is Italy in the World Cup? Yo, I didn't realize they're playing. Yo, what time is Italy playing? And more salt on the wound was thrown. Where one of my managers, Aiden, shout out my boy Aiden, because I fucking love that guy. He's hilarious. Looks at me and goes, "Oh, I asked him, hey, can I leave early? It was like 8:27. We get out at 8:30, so it was like 8:27. I'm like, hey, I was like, yo, Aiden, am I gonna go, sir? So like, yeah, you're gonna go. Try to go home, catch the USA game early, take that shirt off. I'm like, bro, this is my team. Like, we should have been here. Like, this is like BS, man. And he goes, yeah. What time is when's Italy playing? What time's Italy playing? And then he does that stupid face I do, Rob, where he goes. So, and I looked at him, I said, bro, we'd be playing right now if Italy was in. I am just upset with this team. Italy's problem comes down to its management. Management in recent years just hasn't been our best forte. That's why I'm so happy Roberto Mancini is coming in to be the manager of the Italian national team.
My take on the Italian national team is that it's a direct reflection of the Italian championship, in the sense that the way the game's played is very old school and it doesn't match modern football. And I think your players, some are good, others are very not, unfortunately. So I would love to see Italy be back. It's just a historic team when it comes to football. But at the same time,
that another problem of ours is that we rely a lot on that Italy, as like Serie A, relies a lot on international talent.
yeah, definitely. When you look at the league, it's just their best players aren't the Italians. And in every league, the best player has to be a player from that country. And I know it's a bit of an old school mentality of thinking about things because, again, I'm pretty old school in the way I think of stuff like that, especially in sport. Is that you look at Spain, the best player is Lamine Yamal. You look at France, the best player is I forgot his name.
Not
Dembele. Dembele. There you go.
Dembele. Okay.
You look at England, even though let's be honest, England has a lot of players. Who can I say the best player is actually?
There's a lot of good players from England, dude.
You can possibly say Saka, but Saka hasn't had a good season. But in general, it's an English player that's the best player in the league. Germany, right now it's Kane, but that's just because it's Kane, But typically it was a German player being the best player in the league, That's what you want. And with Italy, unfortunately, when you look at the league, the best player is not Italian, and it's not even close. So I don't know what the end goal is with that league. I don't know what the end goal is with the national team. I just think for the next couple of years, Italy has to figure itself out, and Mancini is possibly the best guy to bring in to fix that.
I mean, the guy led us to Euro 2020, and he did a damn good job. So I think that we are in good hands with him coming back, especially with him being in the World Cup. So who knows? I think, in 2030, could we see them, win? I don't know. It really is like we have to wait and see. But I do think with Mancini back, I do see a possibility of Italy being just a team to definitely watch during that time, during the 2030 World Cup, and being a qualifying team. Because if I have to go a fourth consecutive time of Italy not being in the World Cup, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
It's going to be hilarious, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I think as an Italian, it's not great.
But we have group stages right now. Today, there were 3 games being played. The third game is being played right now, Argentina versus Algeria. Argentina is 1-0 right now. The other 2 games saw your team, France, beat Senegal 3-1.
Oh, my team. I just lived in France, buddy.
Wait, who's your team for the World Cup?
I'm Ivorian, so Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay.
We won.
You guys did win, yes.
Yes.
And then Iraq was beat by Norway 4-1.
But shout out Iraq, they actually played decent.
Yeah, they didn't play pretty bad. Then tomorrow we have 5 games, which the first game's at 12 a.m., which is Austria versus Jordan.
Would that be a good game? I think every game has been good except the European games, I'll be honest.
We got Portugal versus the DR Congo at 1, England versus Croatia at 4, Ghana versus Panama at 7, and then Uzbekistan versus Colombia at 10, which I'm actually kind of interested with that game.
I'm trying to see what happens with Portugal because I'm going to piss off a lot of Ronaldo fans right now, but I just don't see why he's in this team because this is a very good Portugal team and they're going to waste another World Cup because of him. I love Ronaldo, don't get me wrong. He played at Man United. When he came back a couple of years ago, I was hyped as fuck, but let's be honest, he's not as good anymore.
No, I'm like kind of dumb right now. I'm like so tired. Yeah, Messi scored the goal for.
Yeah, Messi scored. Yeah. Yes,
which my friends were just talking about. But I was saying like I wasn't excited for the World Cup as I should be because Italy wasn't here. But slowly, I'm starting to get back into the World Cup, and I'm excited to see how the World Cup plays out. We got, USA plays, I believe, on Friday. They play Australia at 3 p.m., so that's going to be a fun game. And then I'm praying on Thursday, Switzerland just absolutely beats Bosnia, which was a team that knocked Italy out in qualifying. So I'm very
You got misplaced beef with Bosnia. I'll be honest with you, man.
Listen, man, they beat my team. I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not in the best mood. They beat my fucking team.
That's funny.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. Cam, where the fuck are you?
I actually have no idea where you went. By the way, we gotta give him like a
Well,
forfeit or some shit.
He did also say whatchamacallit that he was going to be
A friend was pulling up or something, right?
yeah, he did say someone was pulling up to the house. So
fucking Cam, bro.
This fucking guy can. Let's see here. But like I said, I'm excited to see where the World Cup brings here and there.
It's been a fun World Cup in terms of games. Oh,
I'm alive.
Where the fuck have you been for the past 30 minutes?
Don't ask where it was because I don't even know.
He was getting assaulted.
I did get assaulted.
I called it.
I did go for a little side quest and then I got assaulted, and then I was just recovering. Yeah.
What the fuck were you doing? Crying?
No. My kneecaps hurt. Baseball bat.
But by the way, you're gonna have to get a forfeit for next week because of this, my bro. I'm just saying, you're gonna have a forfeit. Something to do on camera, a punishment.
Oh, okay.
I'm done. What you missed was we just talked about the standings or you could just watch the video back. We just talked about what our thoughts are for the standings in next season for the NBA, and then just a little bit of a World Cup talk. Is there anything you want to just throw in about the World Cup?
World Cup. I was so disappointed in Brazil. I want to say
I was at a Brazil watch party, bro. I was pissed.
I know, and I can only imagine how the fans were, how the crowd
they were not happy, man. But to be fair, ever since that game, Brazilians on Twitter have been the most funniest group of people I have seen in my life.
Really?
Yes.
They are so good at this shit. I don't know what they put in that water, but bro, they are so funny.
I don't know what they put in that water.
Speaking of that, I've also been seeing how like a bunch of Europeans have been coming over to America for the first time and trying everything, and they're like, "This is the best food I've ever had in the world," and stuff like that. And I'm like, "No, the food is not that good." People. Yes, we know how it is over there, but damn, is it that bad?
Yeah, well, whatever they eat in Britain, I have no idea, but it's bland as hell.
Okay. But besides the World, I'm really excited for the World Cup. I wouldn't say I'm rooting for a specific team this year.
Since Italy is not in, I'm going with the de facto. I'm going with USA. After that game on what was it, Friday?
Yes.
I was like, yeah, this is who I'm going to be rooting for, man. There's like,
I guess that's the default team then that I'm going for. But besides that, I'm not really eyeing anyone specifically.
Now, it's time to get toxic.
Oh, how toxic are we getting?
The World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, y'all count me out of this conversation.
Rob, for the man who's been watching this company since you were a little kid. Again, I also was watching as a kid, but I also kind of stopped for a while.
We all have.
TKO is ruining this company. They are burying this company to the fucking ground, and they're making it unwatchable.
This is what I think.
See, now legally we cannot say that out loud, or else we will be caught by TKO.
This is what I think.
I think we should be good.
TKO is burying this company, and they're starting to make this company unwatchable. And the fact that O'Shea Jackson Jr. went to Triple H and said, "Dude, what do you think these ads? They are like what's going on here?" And Triple H legit said, I know they're making the product unwatchable. Dude, you're the head of creative. You're the guy who gives the okay to this stuff.
I can't blame. I said this so many times, but I just can't blame TK all the time. Triple H is, like you said, head of creative. What happens inside that ring, you decide. If the ads come up, sure, let's blame TKO. If certain guys need to get pushed, like Pat McAfee and whatnot, sure, let's blame TKO. What I'm seeing week in, week out, I cannot blame TKO for that. That is you. That is all you.
But
It gets to a point.
On another side note, the fucking Eric Andre skit from last night, segment last night? Are we serious?
Wait, what?
Unless it's for you to promote his movie with Cena. Congratulations, you're promoting a movie with your greatest superstar who's fucking retired. But
you're saying Eric Andre was on Raw last night?
Yeah, and he got
the bloodline beat him up.
Yeah.
We're not joking, by the way. We're being dead serious.
Yeah, Cam.
I was fully sober to process that.
You know how
tell me that again in a few hours.
Yeah, you know how we keep saying like 2019 is the worst wrestling year? 2026 is up there.
Top three?
Top three.
It is definitely top three. 2025, 2026 WWE is one of the worst WWEs we have ever seen.
Honestly, no. 2025, I could let it slide because there was some amazing shit that had happened in 2025. Some stuff earlier in the year, and then you had the little and then you had WrestleMania happen, which kind of I think was a bit of a calling card. And then you had the middle of the year, which I thought the middle of the year wasn't too bad. But after Clash in Paris was when I started to see the decline.
I've been seeing a decline since the last Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk match. So even before that, 2024, like I've been seeing some shit. I'm like, this is not gonna last long. This is gonna ruin the company. I've been saying, there's clips of me saying this.
Very clear.
I'm like, I see these patterns every single time when it comes to like other companies and now WWE. And this is essentially, if they keep going this route, they are gonna kill this company. And I'm being dead ass. WWE, as much as it's the company, the wrestling company, keep doing this shit. I guarantee you are gonna lose all your fans.
I actually have a statistic for you that I looked up before we started today's podcast. Especially since I've been trying to get back into WWE. For the past 6 months now, I believe it said, viewership has gone down by at least 3.8 thousand per month.
Per month.
Per month.
They don't care. They care for the money.
But that's the thing. You're losing money with this.
Exactly.
So you're replacing it by putting more ads, but more ads is less fans is less money. So you're in a circle of like, let's keep doing this. It's not going to work.
Keep in mind, that's just for the past 6 months. I don't know what it's been like this entire year in general. I haven't seen that yet.
I mean, we already had the conversation with WrestleMania. We didn't have the conversation on air because we weren't doing the pod, but we already had the conversation with WrestleMania that ads were basically killing WrestleMania. You made the runtime to half of the matches of night one just shrunk down. And then you put on night two to be the greatest fucking night of professional wrestling of 2026, or one of the greatest night of professional wrestling 2026. The fact that, and again, this is not me knocking the match because the match is fucking phenomenal. The fact that the best WWE match of 2026 is not even a WWE match and it's a AAA match just shows.
Because AAA is booked by Undertaker.
And Taker, dude, I think Undertaker would be fantastic to have on the day-to-day operations in the main roster.
No,
let's not do that because he's going to get tainted.
I'm not going to fall for that again. Like we said that for Triple H. He took
Road
over
dog.
And look at where it is now. Road dog.
Road dog. Sure, you know, and that's why I'm happy that that Undertaker is doing AAA, and then I'm happy that Shawn's doing NXT because Shawn is doing some damn great stuff in NXT. We have the Great American Bash in next week, actually, right? Yeah, next week we have the Great American Bash on Sunday, which NXT just ended. Now looking at the time, it is 10 p.m. And we already know that we're getting Tony D'Angelo versus Naraku / Evil for the NXT Championship, and then we're in Kendall Gray versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's Championship, and then I don't know who won the qualifying match, but or the contendership match, but there was a match tonight between Jackson Drake and Tavion Heights to determine the number one contender to the NXT North American Championship, the Great American Bash. You know, we're gonna probably see Zarya defend her. This is why I've been saying since
wait, Zarya's champion now?
Zarya won the NXT
since last week.
Yeah, last
the
week.
World?
No.
North American.
Oh, North American. Okay.
Yeah. She won against Tatum, which they're probably going to call up Tatum very soon. And honestly, I think they're also going to probably call up Lola too, because Lola might drop the title to Kendall Gray, which, I mean, if that's the truth, I think Kendall Gray is arguably one of the best women's wrestlers right now in the company. She is unbelievable. I give her so many props. She is just such an unbelievable talent to watch in this company.
Let's give her flowers before the main roster kills her.
Yeah.
Same with Tatum.
Same with everyone. Blake Monroe has been called up, and we haven't seen her yet, by the way.
Who?
Bro, her first feud is supposed to be against Tiffany.
Blake Monroe.
Oh.
Wait, we haven't seen her?
No, she had like a quick 10-second segment.
Yeah,
like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not watching wrestling right now.
Mm.
What happened to Ricky Saints?
He's in the U.S. title picture.
He's in the U.S. title picture, but they're kind of making him sink because they're not giving him anything to do, really.
So no motion.
They're giving him, honestly, I think the best way to kind of say this, even though, there's no disrespect to their feud, but they're kind of giving him, or the wrestler himself, but they're kind of giving him the Andrade thing where they're putting him in the best of 7 with Carmelo.
So they have no actual plan for him.
They have no plans for anyone.
There's no.
You know what? That's so true.
Even Cody. Like, I hate to say it, there's even no plans for Cody.
How do you not have a plan for the main stars?
There's no plans for Roman. There's no plans for anyone. They have no idea what they're doing. They're lost.
The only plan they have is let's put more ads for every single match.
No, let's put Jey Uso over LA Knight.
That's another thing. Rob, go. Rob, no, I'm going to let you go. Go. Whatever you want.
We are in 2026. We are running the same exact bloodline story from 2022. We are 6 years into this project of the bloodline, and we're still in the 6th inning or something. I don't know, but they are gonna run this for years. I know, like next year we're still gonna see bloodline story. The year after we're gonna see bloodline story because they're gonna bring in all the bloodline members from other companies, from other promotions and whatnot. And they are going to keep running it because guess what? They can't do anything else. They are trying to capture lightning in a bottle 6 times. They did it once. It's not working. Can we fucking move on with this? Please. I am begging. Like, as a fan, as a WWE fan, I'm actually begging.
Now, do you want to go on? Go ahead, Cam.
How long until we see a Samoan baby? Because I feel like we're getting to that point where we're going to see a Samoan child just open to the ring and be like, I'm here to help out the bloodline. I'm here to help out my tribal chief.
Yeah.
It's bad that it's gotten to that point.
You have LA Knight. This guy, despite everything you do against him, he is still red hot. And you do not want to push him. You see Jey Uso as a more viable.
No, go down.
I'm sorry, Cam, but now I'm getting involved. How do we go to the King of the Ring tournament? Jey Uso versus Royce Keys versus LA Knight versus Finn Balor. Royce Keys, a guy that has just shown his dominance. LA Knight, been over with the fans. And Finn Balor, the man who finally turned face after 4 fucking years as a fucking heel being a part of Judgment Day. And fucking finally turned back to prime, well, not prime, but to a good NXT Balor.
Fans are loving him as well.
Run with Jey Uso. I already see what the plan is. They're going to do Oba versus Jey in the for the finals, and Oba's going to squash Jey. I already see it.
No. The Bloodline's going to get involved, and they're going to beat Oba because Brock Lesnar is going to get involved as well. And then they're going to run Brock versus Oba, and they're going to run the King Jey storyline against Cody. And then we're going to have Cody back in the Bloodline vortex, and then we're going to keep going from there. because they have nothing else to do.
And then Ray is hurt. That's another thing too. Ray is hurt right now.
Again,
yeah. And the plan, and there was supposed to be a plan that I think she was going to defend against JC at either Night of Champions or SummerSlam.
How is JC Jane doing? Because I know she was one of
She's
my
actually
favorites.
doing good.
Fatal Influence.
JC's doing pretty good. I actually do like what they're doing with JC right now. Oh, another guy, Joe Hendry. What's going on there?
Oh yeah, he's on the main roster. I forgot.
They turned
It's that bad?
Dude, they turned him into an Elias.
Wait. Okay, I have another one. Is it Walk with Elias or is it Bo Dallas bad? Like OG Bo Dallas, Bo Lee Bo Dallas.
No.
Walk with Elias.
Walk with Elias. Yeah.
Walk with Elias. Okay.
But it's not like a good Walk with Elias, if you know what I mean.
I'm getting what you're saying. The Ezekiel Elias, that type of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Another thing too, Penta. That's the only other good thing I feel like the main roster has going forward is Penta.
Where's his brother? Where's Ray Phoenix?
Yeah, AAA.
He's in AAA.
Yeah, they shipped him to AAA.
He never wanted to go to AAA. That was the whole point of him going signing with WWE.
And mind you, he's the AAA. Come si chiama? The AAA. I've been saying come si chiama. Come si chiama in Italian means what's it called? AAA.
Is he a champion?
He's the cruiserweight champion. Yes.
Anything for screen time, guys. I'll be honest. Like at this point, you just take what you get.
But I will say he, from what I saw from SmackDown on Friday, his match against Axiom for the cruiserweight championship was actually fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But by the way, where the fuck's Fraxon?
Nothing. They are legit just doing.
Yo.
Okay.
Get them out. Get them out.
The tag division's dead. Like the tag division is officially dead. By the way.
You know,
I don't think Truth and Priest defended the title
once. We say that WWE doesn't have a plan for any superstars. That's bullshit. You know who they have a plan for? Danhausen.
You know what? This is my hottest take. Danhausen's actually interesting.
I'm not saying he's not, but they're just using him as a merch code. Oh, and another thing too. Liv has the title. Why hasn't she done fucking shit with this title?
Oh, yeah, she hasn't defended the title yet. By the way,
has not.
She won it at WrestleMania.
And she's in the king.
How many pay-per-views have there been since I've been gone? 2, 3.
Backlash and Clash of Champions.
Why did she not defend that Clash?
Or Clash in Italy? My bad.
Yeah, no. I know what you meant with that, but why has she not defended? Who is she up against right now in the feud?
They were going to do Stephanie. They were going to do the Stephanie rematch again. But
she has no feud. She literally has no feud, by the way.
Dude, she's in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and the plan for her is to go to Night of Champions to face Io, and Io's going to beat her.
Or is like have her and Dom win. Not Dom, but have her win the Queen of the Ring tournament and then go face Rhea for the title.
But that's so stupid.
It's very dumb because the day they announced the tournament, you can see it on Liv's face. She was shocked. She had no idea what to do. Because she didn't know that she was going to be in the tournament, but then she discovered it at the same time as us. So I don't know what the plan is.
Bad, right?
I'm really hoping that they decide to just run Io versus Charlotte and just have Io win.
I would have Charlotte winning.
Charlotte winning would be fun, but I think Io.
I think Charlotte should go for the title again.
How is Julia doing?
She's doing better.
They split her from Kiana.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I wouldn't say it's a good thing.
I'd say it's a good thing only because I feel like the partnership there was I feel like no reason for it.
There's no benefit there.
Okay.
Tiffany.
Ruka.
Tiffany has barely been on TV.
Yeah, Tiff has barely been on. She's champion as well, right?
She's the U.S. Champion right now.
I heard comments that she became a Twitch stream right now or something like that.
I think she does Twitch now.
I mean, good for her. Good for her. Oh, another one person we have to praise, Sol Ruka.
Yeah, what about her?
She's IC champion now.
She's women's IC champion, and she's actually doing pretty damn good.
She had a really good match with Lyra.
Yeah, she had a really good match with Lyra on Monday.
Was her feud with Becky Lynch good?
No.
Oh,
Question.
so it wasn't worth watching her beat Becky Lynch for the championship.
No, the match itself was fine.
Well, they had 2 matches. The first match was awful.
Well, yeah, it was a 2-minute match
because they gave them like 2 minutes. Yeah,
and it ended in disqualification. But the match they had at Clash in Italy was pretty good.
it was better. Yeah.
Which also, speaking of Clash in Italy, Rhea versus Jade Cargo, surprisingly a pretty amazing match.
Because Rhea's a good competitor, like, I'll give her that. And then Jade's good when she can be good.
I think Jade's getting better. I honestly think that Jade is getting better.
Is she still hated? Sounds like it.
Let's see here. What else? Yeah, Roman. I mean, listen, I love Roman.
He should have. CM Punk should have never lost that title. By the way,
it's gotten to that point.
Crazy. We called me crazy. By the way, he should have never lost that title.
Dude, Punk is coming back.
What's going on with CM Punk, by the way?
He's coming back on the July 6th episode in Chicago, right?
Why am I hearing that he wants out?
No, that's fake. It's fake.
That's rumor. Yeah,
fake?
those are.
He's going to SmackDown.
He's going to SmackDown, and they're probably gonna run Cody versus Punk.
So he has no beef.
No.
Okay.
But they're gonna probably run Cody versus, and then we got Gunther versus Cody with Sammy as special guest referee on Friday, which honestly, in my opinion, is just stupid as all hell. I think
Gunther should win. Gunther should have won the last one.
Dude, the match itself, great match, but that ending, Cody.
Some bullshit. Like they are. My thing right now, right, is Cody. They are just like, they have no idea how to book this guy, and it's not that he's bad at what he's doing. It's just the decision making. Like the way that he beat Gunther, the way that he beats anyone else. Just look at it and you're like, why? Why are we doing this?
Cody's first reign, I will sit here and say Cody's first reign is fantastic.
I liked it.
I will sit here that it's one of my favorite reigns of the 2020s.
It got bad when he got involved with the Bloodline again, by the way.
Yeah.
I disagree. I even think that the 2 matches against Solo were pretty good, especially the summer. I think both matches, the SummerSlam match and the SmackDown on USA match.
It became too repetitive and easy to see through in my eyes.
You want like, this is what I already see what they're doing right now. What they should have done was they should have just did Cody versus Gunther, then do the rematch of Cody versus Gunther, which is fine, but not have Sammy as special guest referee, and then you run Sammy, Cody, Gunther, and then on SmackDown or some shit, or even if they did a July pay-per-view, because apparently there were rumors that Bash at the Beach was supposed to be coming back. You could have done Cody versus Sammy at Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach went back is crazy.
Or you could you could still even run Cody versus Sammy. You have Saturday night's main event, which after last Saturday night's main event, Rob is 100% right. This is just a certified fucking house show.
It is a house show. It's always been a house show.
I thought that was the whole point of it.
No, they promoted it as it being a big event happening on Saturdays every now and then. We'll bring it back to past and everything.
And now we're doing Sunday night's main event in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, we're doing Sunday instead of doing Saturday this time, which is very smart, by the way.
So weird. What time?
I have no idea.
Probably normal, like 7:00, like usual.
Okay.
But they did, and it's in Atlanta. It's at State Farm Arena, so you definitely know Cody's going to be involved some way somehow.
On a Sunday in Atlanta? Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I just
my thing is next week. I think just Cody should lose the title. Let Gunther hold it for a while. Run a Gunther versus Punk feud. Run a Cody versus Sammy feud. Build Sammy up. Go to the Royal Rumble. Make Sammy finally win it, and then let's go to Mania and just have Gunther versus Sammy, where Sammy finally beats him or some shit. Because I am sorry, the way they're running this shit, you just have to do it one by one, and they can't even do that.
So it's not even worth me watching wrestling right now.
It's not worth it. Watching WWE right now is not worth it. You're just wasting your time.
Dude, I watch the highlights. It's legit how I watch WWE now. I just watch highlights. It's very vague. You see me tune in on Raw or tune in on
I don't tune in. I can't. It's just
Only,
it's
again,
so straining.
the only WWE product I tune in is NXT because NXT has good shit going forward. You know, besides everyone complaining about Mason Rock, which honestly I have no problem with Mason Rock,
I
but
don't even know what he did.
they bro, people say, oh, like he's just a bad wrestler and he's got cheeseburgers and everything. Like,
Okay, very weird. I mean, it's WWE fans.
you know,
What do
that's
I
just,
expect?
yeah, just the troll fans. But we have Night of Champions next week. Night of Champions, we have Oba and EO versus whoever's going to win against Jay and Dom. Oh, wait, not Jay and Javon and Charlotte and Liv. So another thing too, the fact that that the men's tournament, which was kind of the same problem I had about last year's tournament, the fact that the men's tournament is all Raw superstars.
I feel like the whole point of the tournament is supposed to divide it. SmackDown, Raw, even the NXT if you really wanted to. Why is it all just one brand?
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying to kill SmackDown. They're actually trying to kill it.
If I ran this tournament, I would have ran Oba and Dom. I would have ran Oba and Dom. I'm not gonna lie. I would have ran that match. Then what I would have ran is Seth versus Finn.
Do I even want to see the current matchups?
So the other two matchups is Trick Williams will be defending the U.S. Championship, which is one thing I will praise SmackDown right now. The U.S. title picture is pretty decent.
Okay.
Trick will defend against either Carmelo or Ricky at Night of Champions. I love Carmelo, but I think that you should save the Carmelo match for SummerSlam. I do think he should defend against Ricky because this would finally give Ricky something to do.
Okay.
And then probably the end of the rivalry, probably is the key word. They're going to run Braun versus Seth in a steel cage match.
Oh. Okay.
Now, mind you, Cody is advertised for Night of Champions. Cody's probably defending his championship, and he's either defending it in a triple threat against Gunther and Sammy or just against Sammy. That's what I think. So that's on June 27th. Then the next night, we have NXT, the Great American Bash, which instead of being on YouTube, they're actually airing this on the CW, which is really interesting. That we are getting pay-per-views on Double E Must Die.
Bring it over more. There you go.
I don't know if people can see this, but this is what I think.
We can read it, and we'll just write the captions on there, if anything. But it was legible.
But back to what I was saying. So they're running NXT, the Great American Bash. So they signed a deal. So I can read this right now, right here. Yes. So following the end of the Peacock agreement, they aired Stand and Deliver on YouTube later the month in April. But then WWE announced a new multi-year deal, broadcasting deal, that NXT events in the United States, in which 20 live stream events will air on the CW, beginning with the Great American Bash. This expands on an existing deal as the weekly NXT program had begun airing in 2024. So 20 premium live events will be streaming on the CW.
That sounds cool.
It does suck that we didn't get Battleground. You know, I kind of wish we did get Battleground. And of course, this won't be taking place anywhere. This will be taking place at the Performance Center. So from NXT tonight, we have 5 matches and then we also have next week, which we'll probably get some more matches maybe next week. We have 5 matches right now. We have Lola Vice versus Kendall Gray for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Miles Bourne versus we have Tony D'Angelo versus Naraku for the NXT Championship. To the previously mentioned Jackson Drake versus Tavion Heights match, we have Tavion Heights versus Miles Bourne for the NXT North American Championship. Brent Sinclair versus either Ariana Grace or Izzy Dame for the NXT Women's Speed Championship, which, speaking of, we are doing a lot with the Women's Speed Championship, which is amazing. You know, the women deserve their time, and, you know, I think NXT has the best women's division in professional wrestling right now. But we're really not giving any time to the speed title, especially since Lexis King has it, and Lexis King is just such an underrated star in his own right. But then we also do have Saquon Sugars versus Dion Lennox with the whole Dark State breaking up thing. I do think we're going to get to see Zarya defend against Tatum and maybe a stipulation match, because Tatum is on the poster for NXT, the Great American Bash, so maybe they're going to try and run maybe like a last women standing match or some shit with her. But next week, Ariana Grace and Izzy Dame will fight to go face Ren Sinclair after Ariana Grace defeated Layla Diggs and Izzy Dame defeated Thea Hale. NXT is doing amazing stuff. I really do think they are.
The only good thing outside of AAA.
Outside of AAA. Then to the other side of the pond, we have next Sunday, we also have AEW Forbidden Door. What? Dominic talk about AEW Forbidden Door? AEW? Dominic talk about AEW?
This is how you know WWE is so bad.
Yeah, I'm switching over. So we have just 5 matches right now. We have Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland in a men's own cup final that will determine where the winner gets a world championship match at All In. Of course, Will Ospreay's winning this. It's All In Wembley Stadium. That writes itself. I mean, we will be seeing the women's Owen Cup final. It's not finished yet. We do have tomorrow night and then Collision on Saturday is Hazuki versus Mercedes Moné and then Athena versus Maya World. And
by the way, I'm gonna give Mercedes Moné her flowers. The fact that she left WWE and became such a huge star, shout out to her.
No, she 100% deserves her flowers. She 100% deserves her flowers. I am not disagreeing with you.
She bet on herself, and here she is.
It paid off really well for her.
The biggest woman professional wrestler today.
Yes, I agree with that. Let's see here. What else do we have? I'll look at the NXT highlights in a minute. What else do we have? Oh, Rob, I just saw your instant right now. Let me go. Oh, damn. I'm trying to go back to like your instant, but I can't like your instant. Damn, because it just passed. But we have Athena versus Maya World and then Hazuki versus Mercedes Moné. I think that we're going to see Athena versus Mercedes Moné in the final, and then Mercedes Moné is going to go face. How do you pronounce the AEW Women's Champion's name? Tekla?
Tekla, I think.
Tekla. I think we're going to see Tekla versus Mercedes Moné at All In. Which, speaking of Tekla, she will be defending the AEW Women's World Championship or Women's Championship. Women's World Championship against Starlight Kid from Stardom, and then we have Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. Y'all know my thoughts on Kenny Omega. I think Kenny Omega is just overrated as hell.
Whoa.
He's been saying this for a long time, so I don't know why you're surprised.
But I have actually changed my thoughts on him.
Oh, okay.
I do still think that he is overrated for the fact that I don't think he's the best wrestler in the world. But I will say that he is one of the best. I don't think that he is the best.
CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. Who are you taking?
Who?
CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. Prime for prime.
Prime for prime. Oh, well, no, it's gonna be Kenny, man. I love Punk. It's gotta be Kenny.
The answer is Kenny.
Kenny?
I feel like as much as we love Punk, I feel like the only right answer is Kenny, especially because Punk was out of the ring for a good point in time.
That is true. But no, I have high respect for Kenny Omega, and I do think that Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr., who's one of my just guys right now. I actually really do mess with Zack Sabre Jr. I think that's going to be a match of the year contender. And then we have a steel cage match 5-on-5 where Mark Briscoe's team that is still being determined versus Team MJF that has MJF and Kevin Knight that's still determined. And the stipulation is if Briscoe's team wins, they will win. They will earn an AEW. He will earn. Mark Briscoe will earn an AEW World Champion shot match against MJF.
By the way, talking about MJF, well, I'm gonna tie this back to MJF, but shout out to Darby Allin. His world title reign, I think, was genuinely phenomenal.
It ended already?
It ended early.
That was why
it was a great title reign. He was defending that all the time. He was keeping like a storyline of him being beat up each match and like he's getting weaker and weaker. And when he got up against MJF, he got squashed. But it just makes sense, you know. It's a shame. You want him to hold it longer, but at the same time, it works with Darby Allin. I love it.
Yeah. I think he deserves it. I think that was the reason why I kind of started watching AEW again, was because of Darby. And Darby was one of those guys that I actually really liked when I started watching AEW back in 2021. So he deserves it. But also, we're not done, because not only is NXT having the American Bash and Forbidden Doors happening next Sunday, but also TNA has Slammiversary next Sunday.
Wait, there's still more going on?
TNA is in a interesting spot right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't even
Right,
want to know. Plus, I
right
gotta
now,
head out in a little bit.
that's fine.
Yeah,
This
we're not gonna stay too long, just a little bit.
Okay.
There's 8 matches right now. We have the Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division Championship. Let's fucking go. So far, there's only 3 contestants. We have Cedric Alexander, who beat Leon Slater for the TNA X Division Championship, and people are saying
Impressive.
people are saying that Leon will be coming to either WWE or AEW after his contract is up. Which also, speaking of, Steve Maslin was let go from TNA, so he will be. Some people are saying that he will be coming to NXT soon. Hopefully, maybe next Sunday. Maybe that'd be a great way to end the Great American Bash. Have him come in after maybe whoever wins the NXT champ. Whether if Tony D'Angelo retains or if Naraku wins. So, but
Okay.
we have 3 3 other contestants being determined. Amazing Red, TNA legend, will be actually coming back for his anniversary. He might maybe be one of those 3 contestants, which would be awesome. The Elegance brand will be facing Rosemary and Ali for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Let's hear what else we have. We have Eric Young versus Ricky Sosa. Ricky Sosa just a dude. I mean, Ricky Sosa is just insane. Like, this guy has so much promise. He's 21 years old. He has so much promise in this industry.
He understands it. He understands what it means to be a superstar, and if he goes to WWE, he's gonna lose that. So I want him to go to AEW.
Who has more promise, Javon or Ricky?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Well, I can double up on that because Leon Slater is also 21. So who has more promise, Leon, Javon, or Ricky?
I think they're
Okay.
For now. I want to say it's Javon, but my thing is that Ricky Sosa, he's still learning English. Let's not
Yeah.
forget he is from Belgium.
He is from Belgium.
It is going to take him a bit to like fully grasp the language, get a decent connection with the fans before like he really connects with them.
He already got a connection as it is, and he's speaking a different language.
But that's the thing, is like a presentation. He understands it. His music, the way he goes into the ring, his movements, bang bang, so. It's like he knows it.
These bitches love Sosa.
So he has a very high ceiling, and I'm just waiting for it to fucking break.
I will say, I definitely do think that if WWE does smarten up in the next few years, does is the key word. I think even Ricky Sosa going to the NXT system, I think Ricky Sosa would strive.
Thing is, like, they're gonna get rid of his entrance song, which is a bit annoying because that's part of his presentation.
Yes. We do have Mustafa Ali defending against somebody for the TNA International Championship, which is awesome, which is gonna be very interesting. So Amazing Red is supposed to return. I'm just confirming that right now. We have Eddie Edwards versus Moose. I love that man so much. Moose is just a beast. And then we have Yi. I always forget I always like butcher her name, but Yi Ying Lee, or Lee Ying Lee.
Something like
Anyway,
that.
Yeah.
Xia Li from WWE. I'll just call her from her WWE. Xia Li defending against Xia Brookside for the Knockouts World Championship. All right. We had the system of Brian Myers and Bear Bronson, who are the champions, facing the Hardys and facing the Righteous in a 3-way tag ladder match for the TNA World Tag Championships. And then Nick Nemeth is calling his shot. His shot championship match against Mike Santana for the World Championship. Some people are saying that Mike's gonna lose this match, and we're gonna get Nemeth back as world champion because there are rumors of Santana coming to WWE. Now, again, will Santana, come to WWE, be back in the NXT system, or will he go to the main roster? That is something we need to, find out.
They're definitely going to send him to NXT, man. We know they are.
Oh, you know what we're going to do? They're going to send him to AAA.
You know what? It might actually be better, considering how the booking's going.
Maybe he dethrones Dom for the world. The
as long as he doesn't get sent to Evolve.
By the way, if El Grande Americano doesn't dethrone Dom in the next 3 months, I'll be very upset.
If Chad Gable doesn't dethrone Dom in the next 3 months, I'm gonna be.
I think Chad Gable should be. He should go for the IC title and reignite his feud with Penta.
Oh, another thing too. I want to point out. We bring back American Alpha, one of the most underrated theme songs in my opinion.
I heard the theme song changed.
Yeah, they brought it back and then they changed it the next week. I have no idea why.
You know what this reminds me of, Rob? When they did it to Sheamus. Have Sheamus come back?
Oh, yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because I was thinking how many people they messed up. So I'm like, wait, who are we talking about specifically?
There must have a lot of people. I mean, but listen, I think wrestling right now, I think, if you're not watching NXT, don't watch WWE. It's, I hate to say it, it's just the company is very stagnant. There's nothing, high to really talk about. There's nothing really bad to talk about. It's just at a stagnant point.
It's so frustrating watching this company right now, like genuinely frustrating. So
for me, the only highlights for me of WWE programming are both mid-card championship, both men mid-card titles, the women's IC championship, and to an extent, the Braun versus Seth feud. Other than that, it's just
that even lost some steam for me. I'll be honest with you.
Other than that, I mean, I just be watching NXT. I'm starting to get back into watching AEW and TNA. I really should be watching TNA much more. But that's actually what I'm gonna go do now. Now I'm gonna finish playing Minecraft. Because I've been playing Minecraft and watch the highlights to NXT tonight and see what I missed. Because I definitely did miss some stuff. And again, I'm very excited to see what I would say I'm excited to see. I'm more intrigued to see how Night of Champions goes next week, but I'm very excited to see how the Great American Bash goes next week.
Okay.
Rob, Cam, any final thoughts with wrestling?
No, I think we covered
most
of it.
I covered everything.
I do have one thing to say. If we go to SummerSlam and Obafemi doesn't completely humiliate Brock Lesnar, then I will stop watching WWE completely.
There's a rumor going around that they want to try to run Oba, Brock, and Roman, and that's Brock's retirement.
Why?
Yeah, let's just cut it, guys. Let's cut it for today. Let's cut it for now. Unguided Punks episode 1, y'all. We're back.
I do gotta do anyways.
Listen, Unguided Punks, summer sessions. We're doing this. We're establishing every Tuesday, 8:30.
As of right now, until things change.
As of right now,
because things will definitely change.
Things will definitely change.
Because this episode's probably going tomorrow morning, right? I'm guessing.
Hmm?
Yeah, we're posting this tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll probably post this tomorrow morning.
Sometime, yeah.
But this has been Unguided Punks, the summer sessions. I honestly like that name because I was honestly sitting when I was gardening, that name popped up to me, the summer sessions instead of summer vacation. So this is Unguided Punks, the summer session. Summer sessions. That's what we're calling Unguided Punks summer sessions, not the summer sessions. Summer sessions.
I'm pouring this on you, Knicks. I'm pouring honey on you, Knicks.
This has been Unguided Punks Summer Sessions. Go follow Unguided Punks on Instagram at Unguided Punks. Are we thinking about trying to like take clips from here and put it on Instagram? I mean, it's just an idea. If not,
it'd be fun.
If not, because it's definitely a lot of work.
I mean, we don't have to like watch the whole episode to find the clips. We would just like figure out where we said some things and just be
whatever we think is like good. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how we're gonna do it. That's something we plan. But hopefully this will be posted tomorrow morning. I will be posting it on my Instagram and tagging you two and the Unguided Punks actual Instagram
account. Yeah.
Account on it and trying to get more viewers to watch this. You can go follow, like I said, Unguided Punks at Unguided Punks on Instagram. You follow me at Dominic Romano 8 on Instagram. Cam, where can everybody find you? And underscore D or D underscore Romano 05 on TikTok. Cam, where can everybody find you?
Carl God Cam. It hasn't changed at all. So if you know, you know.
Rob, where can everybody find you?
You know how it is. Instagram, rob.ouedo. Photography, film. I have
Bro
not
just
seen this.
randomly posts the most random stuff. I
No,
saw
Really
my
random
face
stuff.
on his page earlier today. I'm like,
No,
why?
but that's the private account though. Like my public account, I just post like genuine good photography.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to show this. I think I know what Rob's gonna look at. I think I know what Rob might think I'm gonna show.
I'm concerned.
I'm
Don't.
concerned now. Do we have to cut this?
I don't.
I don't know. I'm gonna start recording because I do
No,
need to
let's
go.
stop recording it. We'll see you guys next week or some shit.
I'm gonna. All right. Stop recording.